What's up, guys? Welcome to Sharpen Your Sword podcast. I'm here today with the number one co-host in the world, Giovanni Jimenez. What it do, Gio?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
I'm doing well, man. We missed out 2 weeks, guys. We've been pretty consistent, okay? But we're back. Here we are back on episode 46. Fix yourself, okay? We're almost at the half point way of our goal that we set out, which was we want to do a podcast. We want to start a podcast, and our goal is minimum 100 episodes. So we are almost at the halfway point. And just to be transparent with you guys, Gio and I were talking about it today, and I said, man, shooting podcasts is not that easy. People make it seem so easy, but so much brain power goes into it, so much planning, so much thoughts, and so much discipline go into creating a podcast because we have to deliver for you guys, okay? And we have to deliver consistently. So it is a good push. It is a good meter for us to say, hey, man, we're not being as disciplined as we want, and we need to get better. And honestly, I love talking about topics and trying to help people out as much as I can from experience that we've gained over the past few years in business, in life, in jiu-jitsu, martial arts. So it always reminds us why we do it. And so here I am back with Giovanni. What do you think, Gio?
100%. So today's topic, you said we're going to talk about sharpen your sword, right? Which is the whole theme of the podcast is talking about sharpening your sword in different aspects, how you can go about it. So I'm very excited. We just came off of a 6 a.m. training. So no other better way than to represent sharpening your sword than waking up early in the morning, training with other strong guys, and getting after it. And then immediately we jump into this, right?
Yeah.
So it's we're in a high frequency. So I'm excited about it, I'm excited to talk about the specific aspects of your life which you sharpen your sword, which are your mindset, which is your body, your job, and your relationships. These are the 4 things that I focus on every day. I have a daily tracker, and then some days I do miss a couple, right? Some days I don't try to improve my relationships. Some days I don't, maybe I don't improve my gratitude. But these are 4 things that I focus on every day that will guarantee I become a sharp sword.
100%. And fixing yourself, guys, okay? Gio kicked it off with the right things. We trained 6 a.m. jiu-jitsu. It's always hard to train 6 a.m. jiu-jitsu. Doesn't matter who you are. I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt. And this morning I was having a hard time. I was talking to one of my students, Mr. Allen, which was on the podcast before. And he walked in and he kind of groaned. And I said, man, it's one of them days, ain't it? And he laughed and he said, yeah, coach, it is. And I was feeling it too. I was going to skip my workout and I was giving myself, you do it later in the afternoon, which if I do that, sometimes I don't actually do it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, no, bro, you're gonna get your workout. Even if you don't get to finish your whole workout, you're going to work out right now. And I was thinking, man, this is hard. This is hard. I've been training for a very long time. And I rep the Sharpen Your Sword brand. I created the Sharpen Your Sword brand, the lifestyle. And I live by it every day. But even though I live by it every day, it's still hard. Mm-hmm. And I told myself this morning, this is how you fix yourself. This is how you get stronger. This is how you become better. Okay? So a lot of people can't catch themselves in that weakness. They give into that weakness. And then they wonder why they're not getting better. Why they're not more successful. Okay, why they don't live the dreams they want, or the goals they want, or the pay raise, or the career, whatever it is, or the girl that they want, or the family, whatever it is. All of it is connected. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's because you are too weak to catch that you are weak, and you refuse to fix yourself because how weak you are. And if it's not about you refusing to fix yourself, it's that you can't fix yourself because you are weak. This is, at the end of the day, let's keep it clear cut. It may hurt some people's butts, but guess what? It may hurt your feelings, but this is the truth. You are too weak to either recognize that you are weak, that you are broken, or you are too weak that you can't even fix it. So you can't recognize, you're not aware, or you can't fix it because you're not sharp enough to do it.
That's powerful. Many people, you notice, they're delusional, right? They think they're doing more than what they actually are doing. And I think another one is, I think you really hit it hard. It's nowadays everybody's coming out with their own secret to success book, right, and all this stuff. And then the reality is, it's not a blueprint. It's the fact that you can't just endure what it takes. You can't endure the mundane. You can't endure being burned, and you can't endure it for a long time. You know, and everybody wants the secret recipe, and everybody thinks that $500 transaction might get you the secret recipe, right? Mm-hmm. And many of these people buy all these courses, buy all these books, and they get the high from it. And then months later, the book's unopened, or maybe just first chapter was read. The course 25% completed. I know because I've done these things, right? And it's just the fact that not even that. Remember, it's not how, it's who. And the person who you are at the moment is not strong enough to endure the plan and the steps that it takes to sharpen your sword, and those sharp swords or sharp tools will get the job done.
100%. Like you said, everybody looking for the blueprint. All right, who you guys, right, including you, Gio, who's ever went to Google or YouTube and said, how do I become a millionaire? How do I become successful? How do I become better? How do I win? How do I do this, right? And everybody's trying to sell you this course. Everybody's trying to sell you this blueprint, okay? And I'm going to be the first one to tell you guys, and I don't want a $29.99 subscription plan for me, right? The way is sharpen your sword. That's the only way. This is the secret sauce that nobody truly wants to tell you. Sharpen your sword lifestyle is the way to success, okay? Everybody wants to sell you a blueprint, and you think that you're going to get the step-by-step process on how to become a millionaire, or a step-by-step process on how to become the best husband or best friend or best employer or best business owner or best entrepreneur or best athlete, or how to get a raise in the company, or how to get to climb the ladder in the company. Everybody is looking for the secret thing, the exact blueprint, the instruction manual. Everybody's looking for that. There is no instruction manual. Mm-hmm. It's a way of life. It's fixing yourself first. It's the lifestyle of self-development, personal development, every single day. That is the secret recipe. There is no big secret sauce. Now, of course, when you start talking about money, there's games that you can play in money. You watch the stock market. You watch the companies. You watch who's the president is. You watch all these moves. Okay, we know that. But before you get to that level, you can't watch all these numbers. You can't study the market every day. You can't invest in the market every day because you lack the discipline. Why do you lack the discipline? Because you can't fix yourself first. So even if there is something that you know, there's an instruction manual, how to climb the ladder, how to make this much money. That does not mean that you can do it because you are not disciplined. You are not sharp. So it's fixing yourself. The secret recipe, the blueprint is simple, but not easy. It's the lifestyle of sharpen your sword. Okay, and now there's many fields and topics and categories that you have to work on a daily basis that will get you to the best version of yourself. And the closer that you can get to the best version of yourself, the closer you will get to success. And there's two things that are indicators: pain and hard. Mm-hmm. Is it hard? And do you have a pain tolerance? Are you getting out of the comfort zone and putting yourself through hard things? And can you handle the pain? Can you handle the heat when it gets hot? Or do you quit? Because sharpen your sword lifestyle is not easy. It's hard. And when you practice this, when you live the sharpen your sword lifestyle, there's going to be pain involved. There's going to be mental fatigue. There's going to be mental pain. There's going to be physical fatigue. And there's going to be physical pain. And even spiritual. Now, can you handle that pain? Can you withstand that pain? Because if you can't, you're going to cut yourself short. Okay? But if you can do this on a daily basis, you're building a capacity to pain. You're building a capacity to hard things. As your capacity grows, you grow. You become better. Mm-hmm. Okay? And one thing that I said to the guys this morning in 6 a.m. Jiu-Jitsu is like, hey, embrace the pain. Embrace the hard training. That's what's going to make you sharper, and it's what's going to make us sharper. I want to surround myself with men, strong men, is what I told all these grown men in front of me. I want to surround myself with strong men because it will help me stay on a straight path and get to the goals that I want when I have strong men around me. It will be easier than only relying on myself. When I look to my left, there's a strong man next to me. When I look to my right, there's a strong man next to me. So that goes to the relationships category that you talked about. Okay? The 6 a.m. jiu-jitsu, the jiu-jitsu training, the martial arts training, the weightlifting, the running. That goes to the physical. Eating clean goes to the physical. And both of these are tied to the mental. Okay? So there's so many categories that you can work on for yourself that will get you closer to achieving things, to becoming a better human being, to being an asset to this country, asset to society, rather than a liability.
Yeah, 100%. It's like everybody wants to know, like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? Right? For the most part, people already know what they have to do. You know, the majority of people know. And it's doing what you know you have to do that's going to get you to where you want to be. But that if you refuse to do it every day. So you know you have to do it. You know, there's your work's cut out. Here's a shovel, get to digging. And you know you got to dig so much, right? Like, for example, you're building a fence. You know you got to dig 2 feet. But you just dig one foot, right? And then you're wondering, like, okay, what do I have to do? Well, you know what you have to do. It's just hard for you to do it. So there's no, there's no magic recipe, right? Like, we're training jiu-jitsu, right? Right now we're training a new position. For me, it's not necessarily my game. We're training De La Riva. And then I was going to watch YouTube videos, like, how to get good at it, right? It's like, bro, the coach already, like, you show the stuff. You just got to consistently do it and then go through that suck because you're not good at it enough times that you're going to get good at it. So I put the YouTube videos away. I just need to focus on what I need right now instead of cluttering my mind with all this extra information and get a paralysis from the analysis. It's just, this is what I need, and I need to do it consistently at the best of my ability. And then next you know, I might be very proficient in that position, you know? But it's just enduring that and not getting frustrated because I'm not good at it.
Right.
But, man, it's crazy. Crazy how much your mind will betray you and how your mind is your greatest weapon and asset in this game of trying to achieve success.
Yeah. It's funny because my whole life has been martial arts and the last 11 years have been jiu-jitsu. And I tell people jiu-jitsu and life are very correlated. They go hand in hand. And I think that's why jiu-jitsu is one of the most beautiful things to ever exist, okay? And now I'm working with these two boys. I call them the Cox brothers. The Cox brothers. And now I was talking to them about their training and about their roles and then their short roles that we were doing. And they were hitting the gas and then they were pulling off the gas. They were hitting the gas and they were pulling off the gas, okay? And one of the coaches, also a jiu-jitsu competitor, Ben, he's been on the show before, pretty high-level competitor. Me and him rolled yesterday morning, and I told him, he asked me for an advice, and I said, you have to keep the same intensity and the same pace the whole round, which is only 6 minutes. But 6 minutes is a long time. But 60 years is a long time. Okay?
Yeah.
So 6 minutes is a very long time to keep a high pace because he came out the gate hot coming after me. 2 minutes. Took off the gas the rest of the round. I took control of the round. The boys, Cox brothers, same thing. Told them, hey, and you said the mind works wonders, right? The mind, how the mind betrays you. And I told them, I said, look, your mind is going to say you're tired. It's guaranteed going to tell. If you go walk up the stairs one time, it's going to say you're tired. Imagine going up 100 flights of stairs. If it would do it on only 1 flight of stairs or 2 flights of stairs, what is it going to do when you get to 20 or 30? So if it's going to do it in the first 2 minutes of a 6-minute round, what is it going to do in the first quarter of the year? Or the first year? Or the first couple of days of the week? Or the first part of your life? Or the first part of your career? or the first part of your athletic career, or the first part of your relationship, what is it going to do? Mm-hmm. Is it going to say, hey, buddy, you're fatigued. Just relax. Just stop. What are you doing? Why are you overworking yourself? You're not getting nothing out of it. Why are you overworking yourself? Because it doesn't want delayed gratification. It wants instant gratification. When there's no reward, immediate reward, like eating a piece of candy, right? You eat a piece of candy, you want one more. Mm-hmm. Right? Until you start feeling bad. Then you don't want no more. But right away, it likes that sugar. It wants it. It craves it. It wants it more. So the body and the mind does not like hard things. You have to train yourself to like hard things. You have to train yourself to embrace the hard things. You have to make that part of your life. Make that part of your meal. I have to eat hard things today. I have to go through hard things today. I have to train hard things today. That's part of me. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because the mind is going to tell you to stop.
Yeah.
And this is where everybody stays broken. And they wonder why they're not getting better. It's because this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. You have to do it every single day, whether you like it or not. This is how you fix yourself. This is not like, let me work on myself for 3 months and then stop. Because if you work on yourself for 3 months, you've seen the progress in the 3 months. And when you stop, you reset. You go back 9 months, 6 months. Okay? So this is where a lot of people fail, and they wonder why there's no rewards. But the rewards, the true success comes in after years. It's delayed gratification. After years of hard work, after years of being the nail, you're the nail. Years of you being the nail. Then you see the reward. Then you become the hammer.
Yeah. I listened to Jim Rohn about like morning routines and why the morning routine is important. And he was saying it's training your brain when you wake up early, even though you don't want to wake up. It's training your brain to want what you want most than what you want now. And so I thought that was very powerful because he mentioned that that feeling of exhaustion is just mental. It's not even physical. It's so you have to condition your mind to seek your greater purpose, to seek the greater goals, which will come later, right? Not right now when you hit the snooze button. And then, I agree. It comes down to like these things that you want become non-negotiables, when you really want it, right? And this was crazy, for example. It's like when you have, for example, I don't have kids, but you see it in people. When they have a kid, right? The same person that didn't want to go to work, now they got family. Now they got people to take care of. You got a child that relies on you. Now it's not negotiable to show up late. Now it's not negotiable to not show up to work. Now it's not negotiable to not go show up and show out.
Well, it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be a non-negotiable.
Yeah. Wait, it's not supposed to be a non-negotiable to begin with, right?
Yeah.
But
what happens?
People get complacent, people get lazy.
We don't have kids. We can easily say this right now, right? So don't start yelling at us like, y'all don't got no kids. You don't know how it is, right?
Yeah.
But we see parents with kids do what? Make it a negotiable.
That's very true. Like even in kids' class, they make it a negotiable. And if the parent breaks, they teaching the kid they can break. Meaning, I don't want to go. You know what? I'm feeling a little exhausted. It's okay. Let's not go today. But once like your back is against the wall, things that were negotiable now become non-negotiables. So what made it is because that responsibility, for example, having a child, like, man, this child's relying on me. But I remember one time you put it very well, which is cool. It's like, now right now we don't have children, but our future kids are relying on us right now. Our future wife and kids are relying on us to build a future for them. So even though I don't have a child right now, one day I will, and he will rely on me, And I want to make sure that I can be there for him, at least like financially, for example, right? Now, emotionally and all that stuff, a lot of like my uncles and stuff has told me, you can't prepare for that. You know, stuff like that, you just got to experience it and learn from that. You don't know what's going to come. You have to learn from that. But out of all the other boxes that I can check out, my goal is to make sure that they're taken care of in that sense, you know? So your future kids are watching you, and they are relying on you. Your future generations are watching you, and they're relying on you, right? I remember I saw this meme, which is hilarious. And in the meme, it said, this dude says, I can't believe I got to go to work. You mean to tell me that throughout my whole bloodline, nobody decided to lock in and leave generational wealth?
I saw that.
Right? I'm like, well, that's hilarious, right? I'm like, not true, right? What if couldn't nobody lock in out of all the thousands of people? So now you got to lock in. If not, all your great-grandkids going to be talking smack about you. He couldn't lock in, right? So everybody relying on you.
And it only goes back to the same thing, guys. The blueprint, okay, is going to be $29.99. Sharpen your sword, okay, subscription. The keys to success right here. Sharpen your sword, all right? How to become successful? Sharpen your sword. How do I become rich? Sharpen your sword. How do I become a better husband, better athlete, better entrepreneur? Sharpen your sword. That's it. I'm not going to be one of those business gurus that wants to sell you a package or a notebook or a journal for $30 and it has all the secrets, okay? The secret is you. That is the secret. The secret and the recipe is within you. Can you dig deep enough and dig long enough to get to that? That's the question. Can you dig long enough to get to that success? It's only a matter of time. When you invest in yourself, it's a matter of time. It's like back in the days during the gold rush. It's a matter of time before you hit the gold. Can you put in the time digging? Can you go through the pain, the blisters on your hand, the clothes tearing, your hands bleeding, your back hurting? Can you go through all that? Okay? Can you go through the journey of self-development day in and day out, digging for your success, for that thing, whatever that success is, whatever that thing is for you? Okay? Could you do it long enough? That is the question. If you do it, good. But can you do it long enough consistently? That's where it's at. That's the secret recipe. Is sharpening your sword, living this life day in and day out for a long period of time. And if you do it long enough, you will see success one way or another, in one form or another. I guarantee you will see success. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed, guys. Your body's going to show it. Your mind is going to show it. Your energy is going to show it. Your spirit is going to show it. Your soul is going to show it. It is going to pay you back in one way or another.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This is one thing, right? It was like, just play devil's advocate. Let's say like there's some people, right, who are they're very physically ripped, right? They're just ripped. They look great physically. They hit the gym hard. They're very disciplined in the gym, but they're not successful monetarily. What would you say like is going on there? Like you're able to clearly show up and be disciplined for the gym, but your other life does, but it doesn't translate over.
That's a very good question. Okay. Because sharpen your sword lifestyle is multiple categories, multiple fields. Okay? Physically, you can be a specimen. I know a lot of guys, a lot of men, let's say, that are physically strong. They can bench press 200 pounds, 300 pounds. Good for you, buddy. Okay, good job. But how is your diet? Okay? Let's just say your body is strong. Which if your body is strong, there's a good chance you have some mental strength. Mm-hmm. Because your body can't endure it without the mind being a little strong. But what else are you doing? This is why it's hard. This is why it's hard to fix yourself. Because it's not one category. So you may be physically strong and you may be disciplined in the gym, but where else can we find your discipline? Are you feeding your mind healthy, positive things? Are you training your mind? Are you educating your mind? Okay. Are you disciplined in other fields of your life? Or are you being a bum the whole day, but you can make 1 hour of workout a day? Like you're willing to do it because you like it. But the other 23 hours, you're a bum. There's guys out here that will be meatheads and will be in the gym for multiple hours, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. It's good that you're taking care of yourself. But the rest of the day, they're bums. They're not being productive. They're not sharpening their sword elsewhere. So what I tell people is, some of those guys, is it truly sharpening your sword to that level because you're doing something that you like, which is a little bit easy. But when it's something else that's hard, maybe eating clean, you can't do it. But you can lift weights. There's some guys that absolutely love lifting weights. So they can do that. But can you read? Can you study? Can you? A lot of them can't. I'm not saying it's bad. But this lifestyle is multiple fields. Two swords. One is the body, one is the mind. They both go together. You have to take care of both.
Yeah. Let's say this, right? Would you rather be rich and fat or ripped and poor?
Well, I have to ask you, how's my mind? If I'm rich and fat, how many rich people that are unhealthy committed suicide?
Yeah.
Depression and struggle with depression and stuff. But they're rich. Or they're wealthy. Let's say they're wealthy. Because I started distinguishing, I don't know if distinguish is the right word. I started separating the two. Rich and wealthy to me is two different things. For me. Wealthy is monetarily. Rich is a happy life. A life of things of fulfillment. Life of fulfillment and of things that I want to do. So I may be poor, but I get to train jiu-jitsu. I get to walk on my 2 feet. I get to speak. I'm healthy. So I'm rich.
Yeah.
Or I can be fat and wealthy, but I'm not happy because I don't work out. I don't take care of my body. My mind is negative from the food. If I'm fat, usually it's a feedback of your food, right? My mind is crap. I don't have the best thoughts. I don't have the healthiest mindset. So, depends. Usually, if you're fat, okay, you're not eating healthy, you're not taking care of your body, you're not going to be the happiest. But if I'm healthy and poor, I'm poor in a monetarily aspect, maybe that's the way for me.
Yeah.
Because I can still be rich. Because for me, rich is my mind. Part of it is my mindset. How do I view the world? Do I view it as a very negative place and I'm never happy? Or I wake up and thank God and have gratitude for the life that I have. So that makes me a rich man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends on what things come with it.
Yeah. I feel you 100%, you know. I think I'd rather be I want to be rich and fat because obviously there's some mental problems there, right? But obviously the rich guy obviously has mental talent because you don't just accidentally get rich. Maybe you hit the lottery, but besides that, but being ripped, that takes discipline. It takes you showing up every day. But I want to talk about like the 4 areas that I focus on in my life every day, and one of the first one. Above all, the first one I wake up in the morning, immediately what I do is I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for. And today, it was 6 a.m. I didn't wake up and do it. I did it right after 6 a.m. So after training, like from gripping the gi and squeezing, like my fingers were hurting, right? Especially all the week of training in the gi, your fingers start feeling it. And I don't use finger tape, so I probably should. But finger tape for the week. I ain't gonna use finger tape. But
I quit using it because of that.
Really? And so my hand was hurting, right? And then I wrote down, I'm grateful for my hands and fingers. Like, I'm grateful that I have hands and fingers to the point that they hurt. That I can use them to the point that they hurt me. Like, now imagine somebody doesn't have hands and fingers. They wish they could do labor. They wish they could even have blisters on their hands because they don't have hands. And then something that's right, something that I could complain about and be upset about, oh, freaking jiu-jitsu making my hands hurt or my freaking weak hand, whatever the case may be. No, you know what? I'm grateful I could feel this pain because I have hands, you know? And just like that, and that sets the tone for the day. Like, man, I'm grateful for what I have, and 5 things that I write down, some days they repeat, right? But I start off the day being grateful for another day of life, thanking God for blessing me. And that sets the tone, you know, not a tone of negativity, not a tone of, oh, I gotta go work, oh, I gotta go train, I gotta go meet the same people at work, I gotta go, all the stuff that majority of people, they get upset about, right? Or, oh, I gotta go down traffic. Man, well, thank God you got a car that you can be stuck in traffic. Imagine if you had to take the MATA public transportation in Memphis. Imagine how horrific that is. Imagine if you had to sit on that bus. How would you feel? Actually, I'd rather be cozy in my own car, listening to my own music, not worried about if a crackhead is gonna do something on the bus to me, right? You gotta be grateful, different outlook. But some people get upset about it, and it throws their whole mood off. It throws the whole day off.
Yeah. So gratitude is one of the categories.
Yes. Gratitude. That's number 1. And then the second one is your body, right? So the beginning of the day is gratitude. Then at the end of the day, I check back, and it's body. Did you work out? Did you stick to your diet? Then is who do you focus on? Meaning your relationships. And then the last one is, did you have any wins? Meaning in your business, in your job, right? In your field. Did you have any wins? And so then I come back at the end of the day, did I work out? Did I stick to my diet? I did. Did I focus on my relationships, right? Did I reach out to my friends, right? Did I try to build more connection with people at my job, right? My coworkers, with people that come to the academy and train? Do I try to get to know them more? Do I try to close the gap with me and them, right? My uncle, like the other day, my uncle became a citizen, right? And I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call him.
Congratulations.
Congrats to him, right? Took him a while, he made it, and I called him just to congratulate that guy, right? I could have easily like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But like, you know what? I'm gonna call this guy. And I hadn't talked to him in years now. So it's like that. Are you improving your relationships? Your wife, your kids? There's so many people in your life. So are you improving your relationships? And then lastly, did you have any wins, right? Did it show up on time? Did you knock out what you have to do? And all these things, you can stack the wins, right? Did I talk to a lot of people? Did a lot of people make appointments? Did I spread the word? Was I on my social media, right? All these things you have to do. Each job is different. But did I perform to the best of my ability? And did I have wins? And then you knock it out. You got your job, right? Now you're exceeding your job. Now you made a point to focus on relationships. Now you have healthy friendships. You have a healthy relationship with your wife, with your brothers, with your kids. You have a healthy body that's going to take you a long way. And you're grateful for the life you have. You know? Though all those are different facets of sharpening your sword. The gratitude, that's a mind sharp. Relationship, that's mind. Work, that's mind and body. Diet, working out, that's body, right? These are all mind and body. These are your swords that you're sharpening. Your 2 swords, they go together. And it just takes, today I'm at 61 streak, right? So I was very proud of myself.
Congrats.
I don't know if I've been that consistent on anything besides like jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. But 61 days.
Not that one. Good job. Good job. Good job.
So and I take pride in the streak, you know, because I know if I continue day to day, it will get me to what I want to be. But this is what I want to ask you, right? It's, yes, you're living a sharpen your sword lifestyle. You are trying to be physically better and mentally better every day so that when you're in the battlefield of life, you have the tools to succeed and to survive. right? And not just be on the sidelines complaining. Will every day be perfect? Will every day you'll be like, should the listener expect every day for them to be perfect and that they accomplished everything that they wanted to accomplish? And if they didn't, then they're failing.
2 points. First one you probably didn't catch. Okay? 2 points. The first one, you said you want to sharpen these swords to fight pretty much the battlefield, to fight in the battlefield of life and survive. I don't believe in surviving. Okay? 99% of the population is surviving. Mm-hmm. Trying to survive. Why are we trying to survive? Why are we not living our life? Don't survive life. Live your life. Okay? That's, for me, one of the most important things, because I remember, now, there's some days that I am surviving. I'm just holding on for dear life. I'm on the side of the mountain. The rope is tearing.
Yeah.
That is how it is. So it's not perfect. The answer part 2. No, it's not perfect. A perfect life is something that you have to try to create. You have to work for. Perfect is a word that's almost hard to achieve, almost unachievable. But that's the beauty of that word, because you want to get to that perfect. How do I get to that perfect job, perfect career, perfect life, perfect relationship? I work to get to perfect. And the more I work, the more I realize it's hard to get to perfect. But I keep trying to get to perfect. And me trying to get to perfect is going to give me the fulfillment of life. So no, nothing is perfect. Nothing's going to be easy. There's going to be failures. But failures with work, with you sharpening the sword, is okay. Failures without you sharpening the sword is a disaster. Because you're failing and you're not fighting the failure. You're not trying to overcome it. So you don't realize that you're broken. You're not fixing yourself. You don't realize that you're weak. And you're unaware to fix it, or you can't fix it. Going back to part 1, where we started off. You're unaware to realize that you're weak, so you can't fix it, or you don't have the ability to fix it because you are weak. Can't fix it because of lack of awareness and because you're not strong enough to fix it. Okay? But to go back, I don't believe we're here just to survive life, to go on day by day, holding on for dear life and praying, just praying, hope that it's going to get better. Life is good. You're alive. You're above the ground. Life is good. You can breathe. Life is good. You can see. Life is good. You have hands. Life is good. You have legs. Life is good. You don't have hands. You're alive. Life is good. You don't have legs. You're alive. Your life is good. There's people that wish to have certain things. There's people that don't have legs. They wish that they have legs. Mm-hmm. There's people that have hands that don't have hands that wish they have hands. There's people that can talk, that can't talk, that wish they can talk. There's people that can't see that wish they can see. Imagine not being able to see somebody that you love, or seeing a giraffe, or seeing the flowers bloom in the spring.
Yeah.
Simple things, right? So we have bigger problems. There's people that have bigger problems than us, right? So for you to just say, I'm going to survive life, what the hell are you doing? You're weak. That's part of my whole thing with sharpening the sword. That's why I almost wear this shirt every single day, to remind myself that I'm not here to survive life. I'm not here to just survive life, right? I am here to conquer it, to try to conquer my life, to take control and to live my life. I'm here for a short time, not a long time. Mm-hmm. I know that. I know that my day is coming. It can be now. It can be today. Or it can be when I'm 75. But until that day comes and God puts me away, I'm going to live my life. This is a mindset. So for you to do that, you have to make your body strong. Okay? Keep yourself healthy physically, and to sharpen the heck out of your mental sword. Because your mind is what's going to break you. You know why? Because you ask, is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. Is it going to be perfect every day? No, it's not going to be perfect. What's the first thing that's going to talk to you when it's not perfect, when you run into problems? It's your mind. It's going to say, damn it, this is hard. Damn, this is going wrong. Damn, something's always coming up. Why is my life this way? Why am I always jacking everything up? Why am I screwing things up? Why am I messing everything up? Why does nothing work for me? How many times have you heard that? Why do I have bad luck? Okay, it doesn't matter what you have. As long as you take the blade, you stick it in the steel and you stick it in the fire, you pull it out and you hammer it and you sharpen it, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. You have to be upfront with yourself and true to yourself and accept the fact that it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be perfect. This is going to happen day in and day out. Every single damn day. And this is where people drown. This is where people quit because they cannot withstand the heat. Making a 360 to the beginning of this episode. You can't take the pain. You can't handle the pain.
Yeah.
You can't. Okay? And you can't do hard things for a long time because the pain takes over. And then you wonder why you just went by 40 years, 50 years, and you just survived life. You look back and like, what the hell did I do? I just survived. I didn't get to live my life. I was a robot. I was on autopilot for 30, 40 years. Why is there such thing as midlife crisis? Because you look back and you realize, what the hell did I do?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, you had a good time.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the point. Is you don't want to survive life. You want to live life. And you cannot live life if you're not a sharp sword. Because life is a battlefield. Life is a fight. Everybody's life. It doesn't matter how perfect it looks from the outside. Life is a fight. And you have to go fight this battle every single day. And if you wake up and sharpen your swords, that's your way of fighting this battle. And you do it long enough, you will start living a good life. A rich life. Not necessarily wealthy, but a rich life. And that is the goal, is to live a rich life. So if you don't fix your broken self, okay, then you can't live a rich life. If you don't change the tires on your car, you're not going across the country. If you don't change the radiator bust the radiator on your car, you're not going across the country. If you don't change the fuel pump or the battery, you're not going across the country. You have to fix it to travel, to go, to make distance, to make progress. The body is the same way. The human body is the same way. But you have two engines, your body and your mind. You got to take care and maintain these every single day.
100%. And so, very powerful. And so this is the biggest thing, right? So when people imagine success, they imagine like the chart, a chart, and they imagine like a straight line going to the top, right? So bottom is time, top is success, right? And people just imagine it's a straight shot to the top. So many people get discouraged when they have bad days, right? Because they went up and they went down a little bit. And they went up and down. And so they get discouraged that it's not perfect and that it's not straight line to the top. But it's a steady incline. Would you say that that's the path to success, that it's not going to be a straight shot? It's ups and downs, but all headed towards the top.
At the end of the day, the graph is going one way. At the end of the day, it's going to go one way. It doesn't matter if it dips. You're still going to come up and it's going to go the correct way. Okay? And so the dips are going to be the most important parts of your life. When it's easy, it's easy. But when it's hard, it's hard.
When it rains, it pours.
You know what I mean? And I told Mr. Allen this morning, I was like, man, he's like, Coach, when it's easy, it's easy. It's not hard to come in. Of course I want to be here. And I said, but when it's hard, hard. Okay? And life is the same way. When it hits you in the face, it hurts. When it's hard, it's hard. But the days that are hard, the days that you are failing, and you refuse to give in, and you refuse to quit, those are the most important days. So when the graph, when it dips, What you do in this dip is what's going to launch you a little bit further out in the right direction. But if you dip, it's going to keep dipping if you allow it. You may be going the right direction, but you're going the right direction, but you're going down. So you might be going time. You're losing time. You're still going in one direction. You're losing your life, but you're not living your life. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're running out of time with no success, which is going to put you in the negative. So it's your choice. You can keep going on the graph, one direction, and start living the life, or you go on the graph and let the dip take you away and lose your life and not get to live it. You survive it in the negative. Okay? But what you do in the dips is the most important thing, because it's guaranteed going to happen. The graph is not just like this. You get off this podcast, you listen to episode 46, Sharpen Your Sword podcast, you get off, you're hyped up. You're like this. That last couple of days, boom, come back down. It comes up a little bit. It comes back down. It comes up a little bit. Oh, I got some momentum. I get smacked in the face by a bill. I get smacked in the face by a bad economy. I get smacked in the face by a layoff from my job. Boom, comes down hard. Now, do I let it keep me down? Or do I fight that and I come back up? But the work that you do when you come down is going to decide how far off your success is. Mm-hmm. Because those are the most important times. Everybody can work when it's good. Everybody. But what do you do when it's bad? Most people quit.
Yeah, 100%. And so I have this big analogy I just thought about. So I'm big into like the stocks and the charts and all that stuff, right? I understood the charts. And so in the charts, there's 3 ways. And I think of your life is the same way. So the charts are going to move up, sideways, or down. Those only 3 ways they move. That chart moves. Up, down, sideways. The majority of people move sideways. Meaning you got the ups, right? Listen to the podcast. Didn't get a good sleep. Now you're down the next day. Low productivity. Listen to motivation. Go up, down. Up, but you're steady. You didn't break the top. There's a line and you're hitting the top. There's a top line, there's a bottom line. You're hitting the top, bouncing back to the bottom, hitting the top, bouncing back to so you're just steady. You're stagnant. You're not going up, you're not going down. And the majority of people are in this. They are stagnant. Up, little ups, little downs, little ups, little down, little up. But not going up, not breaking the wall to go up. Just ups, little downs. And that's when that is people that go through the motions. And that's what going through the motions looks like. That's what being complacent looks like. You're just stagnant. Little ups, little downs. You had help, right? Maybe you had a good month. Maybe you got that motivation from the Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Maybe you got motivation from another speaker. And then it came crashing down.
Yep.
And little ups and downs. You want to make sure the ups and downs are going to the top direction. Which is very few, Just like in the stock market, very few stocks actually go to the top. Most go bounce sideways, and then they go down. And then that's it. Everybody forgets about them.
Yeah.
And so the whole theme is sharpen your sword, right? My thing is how to recognize if your sword is sharp or as sharp as you want it to be, right? Is your sword sharp or is it dull? It's those 4 things, right? Are you grateful? Are you happy with the body that you have? Are you happy with the job that you have, right? / income that you have, because that's a reflection of you. And are you happy with your relationships? Are you happy with the friends you have? Are you happy with your coworkers? Are you happy with your wife, with your family? Those are the 4. Look at these 4 things, and you'll realize if you have a sharp sword. And if you're lacking in these, you're lacking in the sword, and you got to get to pounding it, to burning it, to beating the sword.
Very powerful, Gio. Very powerful. Guys, that's just a little input on how you can fix yourself, okay? So it starts with fixing yourself. At the end of the day, does it hurt to say, yeah, I'm broken, I need to fix myself? People don't want to say that. Who wants to say that? But you have to be aware. Look at your life. Look at the resume. Look at your resume of life. And that will give you the answer. There's no point to lie to yourself. Okay? If you hang around me, I'm going to say, hey, bro, you're full of crap. I'll just let you know right now. Gio is always telling me about something I told about how I say that to people. I don't even realize I say it to people sometimes. Right? But I'm going to be real with you. Because I don't want to see you fail. I want to see you succeed. And I don't want you around me if you're not going to be an asset. Okay? If we're not pushing each other to become better. Okay? So don't just go through your life and survive. Live your life. Live a rich life. Okay? And the best way is to analyze and try to become aware of where you're headed. What are you doing? Okay? And if you know that you're not on the right path, you need to fix yourself. Go through these things. Gratitude. Work the mind. Work the body. Fix your relationships. Work on your relationships. Your network is your net worth. Okay? So work on all of these things that's going to make you better. That's going to make you stronger. That's going to make you richer. Okay? In many aspects of your life. But it's the sharpen your sword lifestyle. I'm not selling you a success journal or ebook or course on how to become successful, how to become rich. It's personal development. That's the secret that nobody wants to talk to you. It's personal development over a long period of time. Consistent personal development over a long period of time. Consistent sharpening your sword over a long period of time. And long period of time is 5+ years, guys. It's not 1 month or 6 months. It's 5 years plus. If you can do it, I guarantee you, I give you my guarantee that you will see success in one form or another. All right? That's episode 46, guys. Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Fix yourself. Like always, guys, I have so much gratitude for you guys. I'm so super grateful for you guys. I'm always excited shooting these podcasts and always excited to hear what you guys have for us, feedback for us. Any questions you have, shoot us a message on Instagram. Leave us a comment on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Share, guys, so we can spread the word of Sharpen Your Sword lifestyle to make people better for themselves, for their community, for the country, and for their family, all right? So see you on the next episode of Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Peace out.